Good evening, everyone. It's about 8:30 here in Pineville. It's the 18th, which is Thursday evening. I'm preparing this devotional for Friday morning, the 19th. And we've often heard the term, there's nothing new under the sun. But there is prophecies that are given to us in the book of Revelation. It says in the last days we are going to see some things that we haven't seen under the sun before. And in the 24th chapter of Matthew, it tells us what will come to pass at the end of time. In fact, that's what the disciples went to Christ and they said, what will be the sign of thy coming? And that's what he began to, relay to them all of those things that would happen before he came back. And so there are going to be things happen at the end of the age, the very end of the age, that has never happened before. And, a lot of people don't understand that this coming day that Christ talked about is going to be like nothing we've ever seen before. I've talked to several people lately who believe that we're living in those times just before the Great Tribulation, and but we're giving some warnings in the 24th chapter of Matthew. He says, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Now he also says, after the abomination of desolation and everything, in verse 21 of chapter 24, he says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. So that's absolutely refuting the saying there's nothing new under the sun. Because here he says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time nor ever shall be. In fact, it's going to be such a great tribulation, he says, except those days should be shortened, should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Well, says immediately after the tribulation of those days, Christ is going to come back. So Christ is not coming back before the Great Tribulation like a lot of people are saying. You know, pre-tribulation rapture and all of this stuff. That's not what the Bible teaches. The Bible teaches that after the Great Tribulation, then Christ will come back. So Hal Lindsey and the Left Behind series and all of these teachers have taught lies that are in direct contradistinction to what Christ taught, that he was going to come after the Great Tribulation. And I believe that we are headed toward that time. You know, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I look around me, you know, I've been accused by many people of being a newspaper eschatologist, in other words. But I look at the events that are happening in our world. I look at the moral degradation, the perversion, the corruption, the preoccupation with everything other than things of God, with recreation, with entertainment, with anything that people can do to get their mind off of God. And I say, you know what? Satan is the prince and power of the air that worketh in the children of disobedience. And so we're told that the ones who endure to the end are the ones who are going to be saved. You know, they're not going to be caught up in all of this, you know, entertainment and all of this stuff. Eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage, as it was in the days of Noah. Well, I'm glad that there's more power with God than with Satan. We're on the winning side. With banners unfurled, we'll tell the whole world that Jesus is captain and we are his bride. There's nothing to fear, for Jesus is near, whatever the conflict may be. With Christ as our King, we most certainly know that he has won the victory. There's more power with God than be with the devil. Lord, open our eyes to see the mountains around where chariots abound. We're trusting alone in thee. The devil may boast and marshal his hosts and fight in the battle array, but with Christ as the King, he victory will bring. We're certain he's won the day. May the good Lord be with you this day is my prayer. God bless.